April 23rd, 2015, from the TD Bank Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. It was Game 3 from the 2015 NBA Playoff Round 1 matchup between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. And this was a really tight, exciting game to watch. Good performances all around. And in the beginning of the game, the Cavs jumped out to an early lead, but the Celtics stuck right with them. They were right there. Avery Bradley with a big three-pointer with about 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first quarter to make it a 2-point game. And then Sullinger with the layup, and it was tied up. But then the Cavs came right back, took the lead back again, and the Celtics still hanging in there with them. And then with about 3 minutes left in the first, Jae Sullinger went to the free throw line, hit both shots, and this game was tied up at 19. But then Kevin Love drops a big three to put the Cavs back in the lead with a little less than 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And it remained tight, but after one, it was 31-25 as the Cavs were up by 6 after 1 quarter of play. So now in the second quarter, the Celtics still sticking with the Cavaliers. Of course, LeBron James hit a big three-pointer with about 9.5 minutes still left before halftime to put the Cavs up by 9. But then Jae Crowder gets to the line. He hits both free throws. And then Marcus Smart, he gets to the line to shoot 3. He missed the first but made the next 2, and it was back to a 5-point game at 36-31. But every time it seemed that the Celtics would get close, the Cavs would respond as Shumpert drops a deuce, but then Zeller gets a layup and gets the and one as he gets the free throw shot. It was a 4-point game. Then Bradley hits a long jumper. Now it was a 2-point game, and then Zeller with the long deuce, and now it was tied up at 38. And then Evan Turner with the layup, and this game was now in the Celtics' hands as they were up by 2. But then J.R. Smith responds with a jumper to tie it back up. And then Avery Bradley ends up taking a technical free throw as the foul was called against J.R. Smith. The technical foul. The Celtics back in the lead. Then Kyrie Irving goes to the line, and it's a tie game. And then Evan Turner puts the Celtics back in the lead now, 43-41 with 5 minutes left before halftime. But then Kevin Love drops another big three-pointer, and that put the Cavs up by 1. But then Avery Bradley hits a deuce, and now the Celtics are up by 1. So this is back and forth. And then Evan Turner, with about 2.5 minutes left, he hit a 2. And that made it a 4-point lead for the Celtics. But then Tristan Thompson with a dunk. And then he ends up going to the foul line on the next possession. Hits the first shot, misses the next. And it was a 1-point game. And then J.R. Smith hits a 3. That put the Cavs up by 2. And then LeBron with a long 2-point shot. And then LeBron ends up going to the line, and he hits both free throws, and then he gets another long 2, and it was 56-48 at halftime. So the Cavs finished the second quarter strong to go up by 8. And so then in the third quarter, the Celtics, they tied up the game right off the rip. They scored 8 straight points, and it was 56-56 as Evan Turner hit a jumper to tie the game. But then LeBron comes back, hits a long deuce, and draws the foul, gets the and one, and it was a 3-point lead now. And the Celtics, so they wouldn't go away, they kept nipping at the heels of these Cavs. J.R. Smith hit a big three-pointer with about 8 minutes left in the third to make it a 5-point lead for the Cavs. But then the Celtics kept chipping away, getting to the free throw line. Avery Bradley hit a couple of free throws with just under 7 minutes left in the third to make it a 1-point game. But then Kyrie Irving drops a 3 to put it at 4 points for the Cavs in the lead, 70-66. And then LeBron with the layup. Kevin Love hits a jumper, and then Kyrie Irving hits a big 3 with about 4 minutes left in the third to put it back to a 12-point double-digit lead for the Cavaliers. So the Cavs up by 12 at this point. But then Jae Crowder drops a 3. Uncharacteristic of Crowder, but he hits that long 3-point shot to bring it back to a single-digit game. Jared Sullinger then scored, and now it was a 7-point game at 78-71 with less than 3 minutes left in the third. J.R. Smith responds with a long 2, and then Crowder hits another 3-pointer, and it was a 5-point game at 79-74. But then J.R. Smith hits a 3-pointer. Sullinger, on the other hand, hits a deuce. Tristan Thompson a short jumper, and it was 84-76 at the end of 3. So the Cavs were still up by 8 going into the fourth. LeBron starts it off with a long deuce. He almost got a 3 there. Isaiah Thomas hit a 2-point shot, and then LeBron comes back with another long deuce, and it was a 10-point lead for the Cavs early on in the fourth quarter. But the Celtics, although they were trailing throughout the fourth, they would end up clawing their way all the way back. And with less than 3 minutes left in this game, Evan Turner hit a big 3-point shot to make it a 3-point game at 95-92, as the Celtics were just 3 points away from the Cavs and possibly taking Game 3. But then Kevin Love drops a big tray, and that made it 98-92 as the Cavs extended their lead to 6 points. Crowder would end up going to the line. He hit the first shot, he missed the second. It was a 5-point game. But then Kevin Love drops another huge 3-point shot, and it was now 101-93 as the Cavs were up once again by 8 points. Bradley hit a layup, but then in the closing moments, Kyrie Irving hit a couple of free throws, and this game would come to a close. The final score, Cleveland 103, Boston 95. So the Celtics gave the Cavs all they had, but the Cleveland Cavaliers got some big performances from J.R. Smith and Kevin Love. And, of course, LeBron James with a double-double, and Tristan Thompson off the bench with double-digit points and almost a double-double, just 3 boards shy of one himself. And it was really that 3-point shooting of Kevin Love hitting 6 of 10 from downtown. J.R. Smith 3 of 8 from beyond the arch. Kyrie Irving 2 of 3. Those 12 3-pointers were too much for the Celtics to overcome in this game, as the Cavaliers are now up 3-0, and they're going to be looking to sweep in Game 4 in Boston. Of course, the Celtics will do what they can to avoid that from happening, but in this game, LeBron James, 31 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Kevin Love, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, so just 1 board shy of a double-double for Kevin Love. And as I said, he was 6 for 10 from 3-point land. He just kept dropping those big threes every time the Celtics got within striking distance, and every time it looked like they were going to take control, there was Kevin Love hammering them with a big 3-pointer. Also, J.R. Smith with some clutch 3-point shooting as well. He had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals in this game. Kyrie Irving, 13 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Mozgov, 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block as well to round out the starting 5 for the Cavs. And off the bench, Tristan Thompson, 12 points, 7 boards, and 2 blocks for the Cavaliers. And for the Celtics, 2 of their starters scored in double digits. Evan Turner had a big game with 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. He was just 2 boards and 2 assists shy of a triple-double in this game. Avery Bradley, 18 points, 4 boards, and 1 steal. And off the bench, Jae Crowder, 16 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. And Crowder was just all over the place. A defensive masterpiece for Jae Crowder. He was just really putting it out there. An excellent effort by Jae Crowder in the losing, effort. But he gave everything he had, and I'll tell you, that guy is definitely a star in Boston. Jared Sullinger, 10 points, 8 rebounds in this game, and a block. And the Celtics, their bench, they actually put up quite a bit of points. They had 37 points on the bench. But as I was saying earlier, those 3-pointers for the Cavs, 12 of 29, 41.4% from 3-point land. The Celtics just 5 of 19 for 26.3%. So 15% higher shooting from downtown for Cleveland in this game. They also had a higher field goal percentage, just slightly, 45.2 versus 43.9 for Boston. And from the line, the Celtics actually were shooting pretty good from the free throw line, 85.7%, hitting 18 to 21 versus just 62.5% for Cleveland at 15 for 24. In rebounds, they were even at 45 rebounds apiece. The Celtics had more assists, 20 to 17. Cavs more steals, 9 to 6, and more blocks, 7 to 5. And as I said, the 3-point shooting, though, that was a huge difference in this game. Kevin Love really just hammering away at the Celtics. So 6 3-pointers for Kevin Love. That's 18 points just off 3-pointers for Kevin Love in this game. 18 of his 23 points. And the final score in Boston as the Cavs take the 3-game lead, 3-0. Cleveland 103, Boston 95.